We're just
What's
gonna leave
in the box? What's in the box?
I guess we can find out afterwards.
I guess fine. So everybody, keep tuned for the post-show when we reveal the mystical content of the box. And now, back to our regular program. Hello and welcome everybody to the 13th episode of the AWKWARDCast. Anyone keep in wonder about random drivel and... Well, I guess this will be our cursed episode, 13 and everything. Then again, we are still on a Thursday, so we might be safe.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope this episode is not cursed, because this is going to be our last episode.
Oh yeah, that's also a true thing. Yeah, not entirely sure if, what, and whatever will be next week. No guarantees, given that, I mean, the usual hotel should have a good Wi-Fi, I guess. I mean, we could try to stream, but it will all be very crappy because I don't have my software for the fancy frames and like framework and a chat. A chat will not be possible.
I mean, we could just always do and go back to the good old times of the AWKWARDcast in the beginning and just have it be an audio cast.
Yeah, or we just can, I mean, then again, the thing is, we are in the same place, so if we might be free on Thursday noonish, I don't know, which time zone is this?
Well, I mean, Thursday noon.
Baltimore is...
Eastern Standard Time. It would be 4 o'clock if we did it at our normal time.
So late? Oh yeah, it's getting later the further west you go. That's east you go. That's true. That's why. Yeah, that's why it's really late here. So yeah, we might do it, but it will. The live version will only be one cam, and we both will sit there, and we probably will have weird cameos by people like, "Hey, what are you doing? Go out! We're filming." The usual, and then I can do a little bit with post-production. But yeah, maybe we just record an hour of nonsense. Not live, and well, you will see. Just stay tuned. Hey, Kiefer, how was your week?
Weekish. Basically, this week's been a cavalcade of getting stuff done before BronyCon. I finished a new poster and stuff that's up on my Teespring of Sapphire. That thing almost killed my computer. I finished a commission, which we cannot put a link in this chat because, Oh,
yeah, I actually saw it.
You follow my
Yeah, the one by Voot, the one commission for Wooten, I take it.
Yes, the one.
What I have to say about it without saying anything about it, I was kind of surprised. I mean, on the one hand, the size seems not impressive, but the length is like impressive.
I don't draw that kind of stuff often, my dear, so. Plus, I wasn't given a good reference for that. The reference he gave me was a color reference, and it was kind of covered up by something.
Okay. I thought he sent you a real life reference.
No.
I just drew it in a realistic fashion.
First of all, if he had one that was that length, I would feel sorry for him, mostly.
For everybody wondering, we are talking about last names.
Yeah.
And the Pope is not allowed to use his.
Yes. But either way, I did that stuff. Last night I actually got all the audio for the blooper reel done. So it's like all put together, and basically when I come back from BronyCon, I just have to slap on the visuals and there you go. Which, by the way, the final blooper, which is you recording that entire comic as Mickey Mouse, I want you to know that you turned a 14-minute special into about an 18-minute one with that clip.
It was an entire comic read in an alternate voice.
But here's the thing. I cut parts out, like the parts where you flubbed up and were silent. So it got shorter. But it still made it that length.
I just want to point out that's true commitment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually quite impressed with how long you stayed in character, because you never broke character once the entire way.
Let's do this for the cast today. Ha ha! It's a Mickey cast. Ha ha ha! We're 13 episodes in. Ha 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 ha!
But yeah, besides that, going about everything as normal. I hit a new weight loss goal where I'm now under 160 pounds, whatever that is in kilos. Whatever it is in kilos, and yeah, my week. I'm trying to keep my weeks uneventful until BronyCon, because I know that's going to be a cluster flop. So, how about your theory?
Mommy, let's think about it. I guess I have to.
I didn't ask Mickey Mouse. I asked Max. So.
What? Already getting annoyed?
I don't want the view count to drop because you're ha 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 ha. Let me tell you about my week. Ha ha.
How was my week? I have a nice media for the media, so I keep it for the media. But I also have experienced a few other media, so I want to talk about those other media in my week. First of all, Rick and Morty is back. I just, by coincidence, realized it because I'm following Wisecrack on YouTube. In the description down below. Finally, we hadn't put a lot of stuff into the description recently. This became annoying. Or not annoying, it became like, this description looks so empty and nobody loves it. But yeah, I follow Wisecrack, and they just made a video about a new Rick and Morty episode. And I'm like, Rick and Morty's back, Rick and Morty's back. Pause this video, go over, find Rick and Morty, and yeah, it continues as it always has. So no disappointment there. Yeah, for season 3.
What did you personally think of it? Because I've actually heard people have mixed opinions about the episode.
I thought it was okay. It was the usual Rick and Mortiness. I'm not entirely sure if they really go for an entirely different tone or something. I mean, it started like, I mean, this is not really a spoiler. It's like where the last episode ended with Beth basically, maybe a little bit spoilers. Okay, let's go for it. Yeah, spoilers. So yeah, I guess I should also put Rick and Morty up. Rick and Morty, so that people see what the spoiler is for. This was something I realized last time. Like, spoilers without showing what the spoiler is for is kind of pointless. Because then people are like, okay, I don't want to tune in, but what are they? They're spoilers, but what are they talking about? I don't know. Yeah, so with the end of the last episode, the first episode of season 3, where Beth basically is like, okay, I have enough, I get a divorce. And so they just went with it and were like, okay, now all the other characters kind of try to get through the situation, and they all compensated in different ways. And so I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed certain themes of it. I'm not sure if there's anything where I'm like, I don't feel particular. It's not instant one of my favorites, but I also wouldn't have anything to complain about it. So yeah, I don't know. What did people say where the mixed feelings come from?
Mostly the Summer plot, like Summer in the whole Mad Max universe. They thought it was kind of...
Yeah, it was weird, but it's Rick and Morty.
I think the funniest part of it was the post-credits scene with Jerry and that wolf. But this is actual food. This would only bring me personal sadness. Like, it was so sadistically funny, and I loved it.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I admitted Summer was weirdish, but nothing weirder.
Summer's just been getting weird since since season 2. So I mean, I like Summer. It's just, I mean, she's becoming more like Rick, and I don't know how I feel about it.
And I mean, at the end of the day, with all the traumatizing shit Rick puts his grandchildren through, it's surprising how well Morty is still dealing with it, but then again, he slaughtered. he was not really innocent this episode either. So, and with Summer basically going all berserk was not really that surprising. I mean, those kids get through the weirdest traumatizing shit. Of course they go mad at some point.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, returning back to the non-spoilery zone. I mean, I'm just talking about what my week was like. Whoop. And getting rid of this one. This one I basically by accident figured out that it started again, and I'm like, hyped. Rick and Morty. I hope it is on a weekly basis now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it's going to be a weekly basis for at least the first 6 episodes. But they haven't revealed anything about the next 6, so they may take a hiatus. Because I don't think they said how long the season actually is.
Mm. Oh, but maybe to throw the spoiler screen right back on.
Okay.
Because there was something else I watched because it's going on. Game of Thrones. Also, not going too much into details. I mean, at the end of the day, Game of Thrones apparently has financial issues, again, because they continue killing off cast. Again.
I would love to know what pension these actors get, because they're like, finally, I have an acting job. You're gonna be killed in like half a season.
But here's the difference. I mean, it was actually, I believe, only minor characters that went down this time. But still, on the other hand, I had the feeling, I don't know, has Jon Snow always been this wooden? I have the feeling he was like, when he was talking to Daenerys, he was like very wooden, and not just stoic, but really like wooden acting. Yeah. And I was like, maybe after so many years, some actors are like, yeah, okay, I got the role of my lifetime, but really, why am I the only one who's still alive? I've been there since season 1, I really have other stuff to do in my life. Those coats are really, really hot.
Could have been in The Walking Dead, at least when their characters die, they had some time to them.
Yeah, I want to shave my hair, to cut my hair at some point, those dark locks. I don't know.
My hair, they said. It's in style, they said.
But yeah, stuff is on the one hand, stuff is happening. On the other hand, like, God, those Lannisters, why can't we get them? Why are they so undefeatable? Why do they keep coming back?
They're like ants.
Yeah, you really think like, okay, finally, now Cersei is getting her ass kicked, and then she still pulls the rabbit out of her head. It's like, holy crap, how does she keep doing this?
I have no idea, because no one likes them. How are they still alive?
Yeah. Okay, do I just keep the spoiler up? Yeah, I guess I just keep the spoiler up, because the last thing I also watched this week and finished and caught up with it is the current season of, wait, this is all not the current season. Where's the current season? I don't know. This is not really too current, but at least it's the right Doctor we see. Which episode is this? Yeah. But yeah, this was when he still took care of his wardrobe. Recently he had a little bit of a fallback. Also, what was really fun for me, and this is kind of spoilery, I guess, so if you haven't seen Doctor Who, really put your fingers in your ears for a minute. It will be very quickly, but very funny seeing Game of Thrones and at the same time listening to the audiobook. So a certain character named Walter Fry is still alive. Walter Fry is played by this character who also played the keeper in the groundskeeper in Harry Potter, and the guy in Hot Fuzz. So this old weird actor. So I'm just completely in the Game of Thrones thing, and then he re-enters as an old doctor. Like, you have turned from Walter Fry to the recast of the first Doctor. Like, this is something to put into your career. What a weird, like...
What an eclectic resume.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he is really an actor, like going from there to there. I mean, he's always the weird old grumpy guy, but he still has a wide spectrum within it.
He's a character actor.
Yeah, and the other thing, which is still very spoilery, so be careful. The other thing is that I mean, this companion did last one season. We had people like Rose we couldn't get rid of forever, and she kept returning back for specials.
And we couldn't get rid of Clara.
Yeah, we had Clara, which started to basically enter the discussion happening in the chat right now. Clara, who kind of spoiled the best Doctor, namely Matt Smith. But yeah,
you are. You know what? It's not bad to have a wrong opinion.
That's what I say to people who have opinions who divert from mine. It's not bad to have wrong ones. I might still like you, probably less than before, but still a little bit of sympathy.
Look. Eccleston is the best Doctor, and I will fight anyone that says otherwise. Eccleston is the only Doctor that made Rose tolerable. That's an achievement.
That is an achievement. But I also want to point out that you yourself are basically an enabler, because you got me this. Which is Matt Smith.
I know it was Matt Smith. I'm not going to let my personal bias get in the way of a present. However, I think you look a lot more handsome in the Eccleston Doctor costume than that one.
Who got the Eccleston? I recall that Isaac basically drew all the Doctors for many people.
I think Golden got Eccleston.
Now I see why you like Eccleston so much. It's a complete bias. You're just like, well, my honey was in the...
Toon also got Smith, so don't think you're so special. You just got the higher quality.
Do you have to be so cruel and tell me like this? I wanted to be special.
His was just a little sketchy thing. I got you the higher quality shit, baby.
Well, shouldn't they be 2016 material?
I don't know.
Apparently they have been 2050 material. My goodness, Isaac is...
They were old. I remember that I requested that Golden get the Eccleston one, and then Golden looked at it and he was like, I don't watch Doctor Who. Why am I just wearing a leather jacket?
You're still looking hot now. Shut up and accept it.
Just accept it.
Indeed. You have been Eccleston. I can't find them. It can't have been. It's 2014. Holy crap. Oh, here we have 11. The Wilsonator as Tennant, as number 11. As number 10. Number 11?
Yeah. I think...
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there's... You gotta admit, Golden's OC kind of works the Eccleston outfit pretty well.
That's true.
I would argue, though, that Will in personality could probably pull off the 11th, but... No... Yeah.
You know what Isaac should have done for Zack?
What?
Shrink the top hat to make it a fez.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a great idea.
What a missed opportunity. Just shrink it and make a little thingy on top so it turns into a fez, but it's still kind of the good old top hat. This would have been amazing.
I will say this. I think your colors work better for the Matt Smith costume than Zach's colors.
Yeah, the red with red is kind of reddish.
It's kind of like I think Will's kind of doesn't work the Tennant one well simply because it's blue on blue.
Yeah. But basically what I wanted to say about Doctor Who, like, holy crap, this companion didn't last long, and about the rest of the final situation, I guess we have to wait to Christmas to see where this is going. Okay, for now, I really hope I have spoiled myself out for the moment. This was like...
Was that your entire week, and I move on to my media, or...
I mean, then we have work, which is like, hey guys, do you want to know which new line of code I just wrote this week? So, this usually doesn't make for... Oh, I have a great revelation for all the sports fans out there who can't wait to listen to me and Keyframe talk about our workout. I basically have been told, even though this was longer, but I started to actually live it over the last few weeks. I have been told by my Mickey, who is actually called Yuri, which is also a nickname because his actual name is Daniel. Basically my workout buddy, who introduced me to the entire workout schedule, into cheating days and to a good diet and everything. So I told Yuri what I ate at my workout at my cheat day, and he was like, "Dude, cheat day doesn't work for you. Just don't make the cheat day. Eat in between, but don't do cheat days anymore."
What did you eat on your cheat day is my question.
I mean, usually my cheat day is on Sunday. So at Monday morning, I was like reporting, like, "Oh yeah, I made cheat day yesterday." So I got myself a bottle of Coke. But they also had this really nice lemonade on sale. So I needed to drink both those bottles over the day because, well, I can't let them stand there for an entire week and not drink them. Then I got because I was in the supermarket and they had miniature version of whipped cream cheesecake. And I hadn't had those a while ago, so I bought myself an entire little small cheesecake. But once again, I had to eat as much as possible of it because it's only this one day. So then obviously I ate a bag of chips because once again I need to eat this entire bag of chips because I'm not allowed to eat it after cheat day. And I believe because I needed something with more substance in my stomach at some point, I went over to Kentucky Fried Chicken. And Yuri was...
This sounds like the beginning of one of those Lifetime specials about people with bulimia. Like they binge and then they throw up. It's like, except there's no barfing at the end. It's just like, Christ, even on my cheat days, I don't eat that much. I have a wine glass full of Dr. Pepper.
And that's why Yuri was like, "Max, you know, stop with the cheating days. Don't do cheating days anymore. You can eat stuff during the week, just don't." Well, and that's why I still have a little bit of those next to me, and a little bit of those, and actually a bottle of lemonade in the fridge. And here's the thing, and it actually is a weird thing, now that I don't have a cheating day anymore, this bottle of lemonade lasts for multiple days because I'm just like, oh, one glass, but I don't want to get it all. I still want to have something tomorrow, so I put the rest of the bottle back in the fridge, and it works.
I still don't. I don't. So, do you have any idea before we move on? I guess. Do you have any idea how you're going to do food over the week of BronyCon, or is that just going to be like, who cares? You're on vacation.
It is not realistic that I can completely watch it. I will probably not go completely nuts. But if I can, I mean, I still need a lot of food. That's the thing, that I should keep my intake up. Then again, if I keep my intake up, I should probably keep my workout up as well. I don't really see myself realistically go to even if the hotel has a gym, that I go to the gym every day. Not to mention that
you're going to be walking around a convention center for like most of that week, so you are at least going to get some kind of physical activity in. Yeah, it's not going to be intense, but it's still something. Then
there will be crazy shenanigans, and if we actually play multiple sessions of AWKWARD, when I'm the Overlord, I burn through a lot of calories.
I noticed, my dear. I noticed.
So, there goes the picture.
Oh,
and
God,
there it is again. But yeah, besides that, not too much happened this week, I believe. I started packing as well. That's one thing.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, and for everybody who follows me on Twitter and Tumblr, I got those little nice babies.
I'll take 7.
And well, we have to see about this because I only have a limited amount. Because I have no idea. I have no idea how many I will actually need of those. Because on the one hand, I do realize I'm a has-been. I mean, I had 22 22k subscribers, which is basically 100 times of what I have there at card-wise. But at the end of the day, if you look at my more recent videos, most people will probably come to me and be like, hey, you're this one character from TF2, aren't you? Nowadays, this...
Or they'll be like, hey, are you that one person from Keyframe's channel?
Or that, yeah. I mean, except for you guys who are watching this podcast, there are not a lot of people from my golden age still around.
However, I would like to make the argument that when we went to Nightmare Nights, which is a quantifiably smaller convention, where you were not advertised there was no announcement video saying you're going to be there, besides like something on your vlog channel, which only gets, a few hundred views. You actually did have a decent number of people recognize you and come up to you and stuff. So, I would argue that would only be bigger at this con, because BronyCon is that place where the niche people of this fandom go. That's their method.
I have 250 of those, so then again only 245 at this point, because some already... three colleagues already got one.
Oh.
And I had one basically destroyed, because I also... Very important thing, I got pens. Pens, P-E-N, not pens. I also have pens, but I got pens.
If I didn't have pants, I would be...
Because this is a classic thing to forget. When you go to a con and then people are like, oh, could you sign something? Sure.
I also have like a 3-pack of Sharpies, like the metallic ones that show up on dark stuff, because 9 times out of 10 people give me stuff to sign that has a dark background. I'm like,
well, mine is black. Then again, I got my own card where the black is visible, so
nice.
But yeah, I tested it on the card to see how it shows, and therefore I destroyed another card. So only 245 left. 45, yeah, it's right. Ooh. But yeah, I have no idea. Either it will probably be day 1, people storm me and they will all be gone, or it will be like on Sunday and I still have like 200 left, and I'm like... And you will probably go around and tell your friends to take one from me so that I'm not so depressed or something.
Oh, like, come on. I wouldn't be like that. I would take them for myself.
Come on, Looney. Come on, Looney. Ask the other Rift people to go to ANY and ask him for an autograph. He's already crying the entire time.
Oh,
he's sitting.
Okay,
he's sitting alone
in. If I saw you crying, I think I would do that. I can't handle that.
He's sitting alone in the corner, like.
Oh,
my days are over. The reaction is nice.
Let's move on.
Crying ANY in the corner is too much for you. I like that you enjoy this image so much. You're laughing tears about my pain, my imaginative pain.
Those are laughing tears.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're laughing about my potential suffering in the future.
Well, okay, in real life, you know me better than that.
In real life, you know me good enough that I probably would. If nobody wants the flyers,
you just go all BoJack and be depressed.
Then again, this could happen, that I go BoJack, but I also could imagine that I just be like, whatever, and start making little paper planes out of it and throw them everywhere.
No, I just imagine you going up the escalator. Like, it's like Sunday, you go on the escalator and you just go like, you make it rain all over the con, and everyone
take the A&Y, bitches.
And then everyone below is like, free Prince, okay.
Well, oh my god, this was a very long week.
Yeah, so I guess we can move on to my thing. So people get a break from you.
This wasn't even my media thing yet. This was just my week.
I know. But to add something to my week, we did D&D yesterday. And yeah, because Josh is doing a D&D campaign that has silver, golden, Kichi,
I mean, it's on his channel, right?
Yeah, it's on his channel. And I'm very happy with this campaign so far. We've done 2 live streams, and so far everyone's favorite character is my character, and that just makes me feel great.
They're all just biased.
Well, it's a role-playing game, and that works really well when you're an actor. And my character is like this bard who's really crazy and stuff. And yesterday we had this whole session, and I went on this improv monologue. And I rewatched it, and Josh's expression, his eyes just get wider and wider.
Oh, it's with camera?
Yeah, because he was on face cam.
Huh.
The other members of the campaign thought this was a scripted thing me and Josh came up with. So when Josh was like, I give you inspiration points, which means I got points for doing the character, everyone was like, wait, that was improv? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. But point being, Keyframe's good at improv. But my media, more musical trash from the trashiest musical person herself.
You actually should tell me this kind of stuff in advance so I can actually show it. Yeah, please. What is it called?
Well, basically, I was, people can go through my Twitter because people see when I liked videos. I've been watching a lot of behind the scenes. The great thing about the age of the internet, you get to see a lot of the people who do these Broadway shows just act stupid or interact with other musicals and stuff. Because there's been this one competition thing going around called Ham for All, which is this competition where you put up a video of you singing a snippet of a Hamilton song. Mm-hmm. And it puts you in a raft, and then and you link to this thing on this website called Preciso, which is a fundraising site that has raffles and sweepstakes and stuff. And the point of the Ham for All challenge is that if you donate, which goes to this, I think it's like an immigration fund or something for Puerto Rico. They've had multiple of these sweepstakes, so it's either one of those two. And the winner gets to get free tickets to the Hamilton premiere in LA. Mm-hmm. And the cast of Dear Evan Hansen, which is a musical that I absolutely love, they did Guns and Ships with the entire cast, where they had the camera and they were just walking around. So they had to time the characters coming into the camera to actually do the singing. And I'm like, I want to do something like this so bad, but all my friends are self-conscious about their singing voices, and I'm like, But it was so cool. And then I kept going down the rabbit hole further, and I found this one YouTube channel. I forget what it's called, but there's an event that happens, which is, I think it's called like the Easter bonnet thing, where they display these fashion things, and it's like a charity organization that's for Broadway. And it often has different musicals parroting either themselves or other musicals. And I found one of the Hamilton cast doing a parody of Sweeney Todd, where they took their own opening number of Alexander Hamilton and made a demon barber Sweeney Todd. And it was beautiful. And then the rabbit hole goes down even further, where I found Lin-Manuel Miranda's YouTube channel. Yes, he had a YouTube channel. And before he did Hamilton, he had a musical called In the Heights. And when it was starting to go on Broadway, like when it got greenlit to do Broadway, he put up a YouTube video where he parodied a song from High School Musical. Okay. And it's him, very young Lin-Manuel Miranda, parodying this, and he's running around a field and dancing, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, you're adorable, and it makes me just more and more flabbergasted. This guy is like 40. But yeah, so I basically was watching for the entire past 3 days just musical people making fools of themselves, and I'll put all the links will be in the description when I send them to ANY, because they're all just in my liked videos thing. Okay. But thanks.
You're welcome.
But there is one thing that's actually part of the media that is a parody thing, but it's interesting to say the least. There was this one parody thing from, I think it's called Forbidden Broadway. and they've made a bunch of parody musicals of things. And they made a parody of Hamilton called Spamilton. It's interesting because they start parodying other musicals within it. Like, they take jabs at, like, Book of Mormon and a bunch of other things. And I listen to it because I love parodies. And I will say, like, I don't care if you make fun of something I like if you're good at it. I don't know if I would say I was a fan of this, because they basically said that every musical before Hamilton in the recent times has been utter trash, and there hasn't been a good musical since Spamalot. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, personally.
But oh look, it's actually him, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently Lynn himself really liked it. So I'm like, you know what? If you liked it, cool, buddy. I just was like, this kind of doesn't make sense. Because they were also saying that In the Heights, which was his previous musical, was not successful. And it's like, that won, like, a bunch of Tonys. And I think it won Best Musical that year. So you're kind of wrong.
Then again, this photo is photoshopped, I would say.
Well, yeah, that's the cover art for for Spamilton, so...
Yeah, but they photoshopped the cover art for Spamilton in him standing next to a Hamilton picture, because the typo doesn't really fit. It's too clean on some points, and this is cut out too roughly. So yeah, it's Photoshop, but still Spamilton, everybody.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was my media. Furthering proving that Keyframe is trash. I mean, if you go on my Twitter, I've been working on an animation test, and I'm using Dear Evan Hansen and all that stuff. So I think I've fully assimilated into the Broadway dumpster.
True story. True story.
But what is the addition to your media, my dear Maximilian?
Well, apparently, since I got myself finally a Cinecard for the big cinema here in Berlin.
Okay. The Sony?
Because in the Sony Center. Because there's so much good stuff coming out right now, and I missed so much good stuff in the last years, and I was like, Aah! And this year I'm making a really good job actually going into a lot of stuff. I mean, just the weekend before I was in Spider-Man, as you can recall. I plan to go into Baby Driver this weekend, and last weekend I was in Valerian.
Oh, how was that?
Painfully mediocre.
I expected it. I didn't want it to be.
It is painfully mediocre. And I mean, here's the thing where keeping it, I keep it as spoiler free as possible, so I will not raise the alarm yet, unless I feel like I need to go into detail. Right here and now, keeping it spoiler free and generalized. So the most obvious comparison for Valerian is Fifth Element, because they are both a very spectacle-oriented sci-fi with very weird rules they work with. They both are, well, Luc Besson films. I mean, I'm not sure if the Fifth Element was based on something, or if it actually was Luc Besson's original creation, but Valerian was based on a comic book, and Luc Besson just made it, a movie. But yeah, so I mean, there are certain elements where I have to say they are very similar. You have the protagonist in Fifth Element with Bruce Willis, who is a superior fighter and can take on an entire army. Same goes for Valerian. So, but by the way, to keep stuff not confusing, this guy is Valerian. His name is Valerian. Because it's always like, oh, Valerian and the city of the thousand planets. So the city, yes, is the location where the majority of the movie takes place, but Valerian is the name of this dude here. And the movie does, I go into this in a moment. So, okay, then we also have, so we have this kind of protagonist. Then we have the secondary protagonist, who is female, and who is also very powerful. I mean, in Fifth Element, Lilo was the Fifth Element, and a walking, talking super weapon. And she is basically like him, a government super agent. They are both government super agents. Like, super agents. I don't even know.
I'm trying to look up Valarian on Box Office Mojo because I want to see how much it's making.
Later in the movie, there is an entire special force commando unit, and they just get mowed down, and then Valarian comes in and mows down single one, mows down the people who mowed down the special unit. So, so he is pretty. He's OP. And everything comes with a lot of ease to him. I mean, there are moments in the movie where he actually screws up and she has to save him. Mm-hmm. Oh, what a twist. So basically, when he is not busy saving her, she actually gets to save him twice or something. But yeah, in one-on-one or in combat, he is like the absolute unbeatable super guy. But here's the thing where the difference comes in. Bruce Willis, when in the big final battle in Fifth Element, Bruce Willis did his best Die Hard impression and he got torn apart. He was bleeding out of every orifice. He really only defeated the Mongolian or whatever their good name was. He only was able to defeat them by being very smart, by taking the right cover, by tricking them with his, oh, don't shoot me, I'm just a civilian, by really playing along. So you felt the struggle. With Valarian, when he fights, you don't at all feel the struggle. It's basically, what is the definition of a Mary Sue again? That they have obstacles, but it doesn't seem like an issue to overcome them. And with Valarian, he has those 1 or 2 token moments where he needs saving. But before that and after that, he is once again the OP badass. And yeah, with her, don't get me started at her. So she's basically the token tough girl, but still needs saving every now and then by him. And she is in trouble and gets kidnapped. Valarian! He is in trouble and needs saving. They are separated for 2 seconds and she needs to talk to him by a headset. Valarian! Like, oh God, so annoying. And those two are basically supposed to be love interests for each other. Once again, like in Fifth Element. In Fifth Element, you have the introduction, like Lilu falls in from the sky, quite literally, and they don't know each other. So it's their first interaction, and you see in Bruce Willis, like, this is like, whoa, he's just baffled by this woman who just fell in there, who is supposed to be, like, super sexy. I mean, they say it every now and then, like, she's perfect. It's a little bit more... I mean, she is a pretty girl, that's good, that's working in her favor, but they still feel like showing is not enough. We should also tell the audience that she's really, really hot. So yeah, this was a little bit not great in Fifth Element as well, but you still have the scene where Bruce Willis is just like baffled by her and he's like, wow, hi. And you see him fall for her. With those two buttheads here. First of all, they are already a team when the movie starts. Their first interaction is flirting, but like he is like super playboy and she is like, oh no, you're not, not really the blackish guy, but more like, no, please be professional. I'm so not falling for you, I will not be your number 100. Oh no, not me. But still, every time he goes away, she's like, after him, like, what? And they have no on-screen chemistry. None whatsoever.
So she's basically like... And freaking Helga from Hey Arnold, where it's like, oh, I don't like you, and then, oh...
With the difference that Helga is still a likable, multidimensional character. This one is just a piece of paper.
She looks
and
like...
And he is not better. So the movie is... And what I just criticized about Fifth Element. Fifth Element has, apparently is a Luc Besson thing, a little bit of exposition dumps every now and then. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember. I was a lot younger when I saw it first. I was a lot more impressionable. Maybe I should rewatch it with my more aged critical view. But I still can't recall that exposition dumps in Fifth Element have been so amazingly blunt and immersion breaking. Yes, you have exposition dumps where the priest, Fifth Element, where the priest comes to the president and literally is like, so, there was this alien race, they are here, we need this key. Okay, but he is literally explaining it to a different person who didn't know before. This is exposition done right. Have one character explain something to another character, and in the meantime the audience learns it as well. In Valarian, where those government super agents who are like super smart and know everything by default, come into this name giver, the city of 1,000 planets, the main place, they come in there and they let their board computer explain them. So, board computer, what do you know about this city? And then in a very absolutely random sequence, the board computer is like, oh, it's this marvelous city with those characters living in the south. And we see them, obviously, with those characters living in the north. So basically all the trailer shots, so that we see all those 1,000 different races. So just complete exposition. And it doesn't even have any relevance for the story whatsoever. Nothing. Only for the second sequence, which we also know from the trailer, where Valarian is running through the ship and running basically from from area to area and passing through all those areas in a in the span of 10 seconds. We revisit those areas we saw before for 1 second. It's completely irrelevant that he passes through them.
Was Valarian based off a book?
A comic book, yes.
They're a thing. Okay, that makes even less sense, because that whole exposition thing, that sounds like it would... Okay, yeah, that sounds like it would make sense in a book. But a comic book is visual, too. So, Also, I looked up how much this movie has made in box office.
And?
So, it has a production budget of $177.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, so far, it's only made $62 million. It opened at number 5 at the box office.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm probably the fool for not listening around, because when I told people afterwards that I was not really amazed by it, they were like, "Oh yeah, I expected this much." But the stuff I saw before, I mean, I probably just fell for the commercial. I completely, I saw stuff before, and with the vision and how they created all those different races and everything. I mean, this is something you have to give it. Creativity-wise, there is a lot. It's a great spectacle, like you would expect from a Luc Besson film dealing with this kind of stuff. But story-wise and acting-wise, oh my god, the acting. Bad.
Well, okay. You know what I would compare it to then? I would compare it to Titan AE, the Don Bluth movie.
Mm-hmm.
Spectacle-wise and idea-wise, cool concepts. But at the end of the day, visuals will only get you so far.
Yeah, true story. But yeah, this was my rant on Valarian.
While the document for the questions opens up for me.
Has there been new ones? Because I still...
Yes, at the bottom there's a couple new ones. I want to point out, because I decided to just look up what's going on in the world of box office revenues. I am so happy. Dunkirk is number 1 at the box office, knocking off the Emoji Movie from number 1.
Emoji Movie was number 1?
For a day. For 1 day. And then it's been number 2 ever since.
It's still number 2?
It's at number 2. However, I would like to point out this. It hasn't even made back its budget yet.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen the Emoji Movie yet, so I don't know if it is as horrible as the entire idea suggests, but...
I'm actually going to see it after the podcast.
Okay, good thing, because right now, I mean, I haven't seen the Emoji Movie. I can't honestly know. Maybe it's a surprise hit. I don't know. But I would still say Valarian still deserves more revenue and more attention than the Emoji Movie, simply for the idea.
I mean, hey, you'll get to know, because I think they're planning for the Sunday, so after the con's over, we're going to all go see the Emoji Movie.
We'll see. Maybe I just will stay back and play another turn of A Dark Overlord or something.
Hey, I would rather do that. That's why I'm watching it now. But part of me kind of wants to just sit there and not watch the movie. Watch everyone else's reactions to the movie.
Fair enough. I mean, I will see. If it is... I mean, I have a few hours on a plane next week. Yeah, so if I do it like last time, I will catch up on a lot of movies I missed.
But
and last time on my way back, I ended up watching Angry Birds. So who knows? Maybe this time I will watch the Emoji Movie on the plane.
Don't know if it'll be in at that point though, because it's only been in theaters for I think a week.
Oh.
But no, I'm just really happy that because I've been excited for Dunkirk because I want proof that Christopher Nolan is still a good director, because he is, and he's a great writer, but everyone thinks he sucks because everyone pins him with a bunch of stupid DC stuff.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Even though he brought back Batman. It's like, But it's made out of $100 million budget, it's made $265 million back, which I'm like, oh boy. But questions to the Q&A.
Yes. Oh, I already like the last one because it gives me an excuse to sing.
Oh,
Enigma Prince.
It gives me an excuse to sing too.
Yes, Enigma Prince asks, what are some of your favorite theme songs from shows, cartoons, and movies? Well,
you go.
Well, we can go in turns. I mean, the first one is kind of obvious, isn't it? Da 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 da. Nah, not really. No, let's go with Räuber, Diebe gehen auf Ganoventour, doch zwei ganz Liebe sind schon auf ihrer Spur, ist der Fall auch schwer, der Weg auch weit, sie sind stets für dich bereit. Punch-up, Ritter des Rechts, Punch-up, dem Bösen geht es schlecht, sie lösen jeden Fall, was sie auch tun. Das Böse hat nie Zeit, sich auszuruhen. Punch-up. I watched it when I was younger, before I went into the entire English thing, so I only know the lyrics in German, but I know them at heart.
Let's see, what's some of my favorites, because I like a lot of theme songs, and I don't want to pick the obvious one, because I know everyone will think it. Actually, I will say this, out of all the Scooby-Doo theme songs, that one's actually not my number one favorite, though. My number one favorite actually doesn't have lyrics, so I can't do it. But I guess one of them. What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve the mystery. See Scooby-Doo, they're coming after you. What's the Scooby-Doo? The only good Simple Plan song, and it's a theme song for a cartoon. That says a lot. But then there's also the Phineas and Ferb theme, I think, is actually really good, even though I'm not the hugest fan of that show. I do like that show. The theme song for the show. The Gravity Falls theme is epic. And even though I will complain about this show till the day I die, it's going to get a little weird. It's going to get a little wild. I'm not from around here. I'm from another dimension. It's going to get a little weird. Going to have a good time. Such a good theme song.
That's true.
But there you go.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. It has no lyrics and it's very smooth, but the theme song of Dexter. When there was a hiatus and a new season started and the Dexter theme song started playing, and you see the goosebumps on screen, I had my goosebumps as well.
The BoJack theme is also really nice.
Oh, yeah, it's in its strangeness. It's amazing, that's true.
Then out of instrumental themes, I also like The Code Lyoko theme is actually really nice to listen to. God, what is also some... The thing is, a lot of good themes are actually... The Angry Beavers theme song is actually really nice.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and I mean, I also, in my trash times, I also watched other stuff. Once again, I watched it in German. Sag das Zauberwort und du hast die Macht. Halt den Mondstein fest und spür die Kraft. Du kannst es tun. Oh, Sailor Moon. Kämpfe für den Sieg über Dunkelheit. Schlage deinen Traum von Gerechtigkeit. Du kannst es tun. Oh, Sailor Moon. Oh God, I watched this shit far too much.
You gotta say this. The English
Chala, hey, chala. You wanna... I forgot it, but yeah.
Hey, how about that German Naruto opening, my friend? I remember.
So evil.
I mean, obviously, objectively, the best theme song for an anime that's not the original Japanese one is the original Pokemon theme. Even if you don't watch the show, that theme song is so iconic.
I never watched Pokemon. I never played Pokemon. But still.
Yeah, but that theme song is so iconic.
But still, I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. I don't know lyrics, whatever, but the song is in my sauce. Pokemon!
Yeah, I mean, that's an achievement for a theme song, that you remember the theme song even if you didn't watch the show. But I guess it answers our question. I think we're done.
We still haven't mentioned the one theme song everybody loves. It's too bad we can't sing it in sync because of Skype delay, but... Life is like a hurricane here in Duxburg.
Race cars, lasers, airplanes, it's a duck blur. God dang it. That song, and now we're going to have a whole new generation of people getting that stuck in their heads.
Oh, so amazing. And I said Matt Smith is best Doctor, but I still love David Tennant to bits as an actor. And the fact that he is a new Scrooge McDuck is... Ooh.
Oh, doy, Christine. There is another theme song that I think everyone likes. And it's one of those theme songs that if you start singing it at a convention, everyone will join in.
Are you talking about the one that has just popped up in the chat?
We are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people love this world. Believe in garnet, amethyst, and pearl, and lapis, and peridot, and Connie, and Steven. One day they're going to add those two to the theme song opening, I hope.
Hopefully. I mean, here's the thing how we can actually sing in sync, at least for the audience.
What?
If I orient myself at you.
Oh boy.
But it's hard. But then you are the one who has to stay strong and just keep on with me being delayed from your point of view.
At least I don't have earbuds in. If I had earbuds in, then it would basically be a speech jammer.
Keep. Somebody in the chat just said they love Lapis.
I like Lapis.
They like Lapis. Wink, wink.
Oh yeah. If you like Lapis, well, you're definitely gonna like some pictures at the con.
How did I pick you as co-host? You hear a keyword and you not jump up and get your shit like Toon and I did.
What? I'm being subtle.
The wig must still be within your reach.
Oh. No, I actually threw it across the room.
Whatever. Moving on. Next question.
God, I'm sorry to disappoint, but
you better are.
I don't. We learned that with this outfit that I'm wearing and that wig, I look like a mom from an anime. So I'd rather not. Okay, another one from Enigma Friends, because I like this one. If you two had superpowers, what would they be, and would you rather have a great comic series or show or movie franchise? That's actually I like that two-part right there. If I had superpowers, I think my powers would either be mind powers or Jubilee-based powers, so like stuff that's based around light and color.
Sparkle.
Well, okay, not like 90s X-Men Jubilee, like I know what you were going. Not the. I'm not gonna wear a raincoat, but like stuff that's based around like hard light and color and stuff, because I've always found that Green Lantern Corps, something that's based something around that. I think I would probably be like the Star Sapphire.
Something that requires imagination.
Yeah, like I don't think I would, just saying, if I was in the Green Lantern Corps, I wouldn't be green, because green is the most boring Lantern Corps. It's willpower. Oh, great. I would have a show. I feel like I do like comics and I like movies, but I feel like with shows you can do a lot more because you have a longer span of time.
However, I would say if a show and you really want to go, because I would also go for a show, but it probably should be at least an Adult Swim show. Mm-hmm. Because if it's a Disney Channel show, so no, then a lot of superpowers just are very, very unrealistically tame if you have to put them in actual kids program. So let it be mature cartoon show.
I would want it to be on Netflix, and I would want the people who make Voltron to animate it.
Ooh, okay, good choice. Yeah, Netflix does a lot of, BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
A show with constant drug abuse, sex, death. So, yeah.
And I specifically want the Voltron people because I think that that production team is making the new Spider-Man cartoon, and I love how they're choreographing all the action for it so far. So
haven't seen anything about it. I probably have to keep an eye on that when it comes out.
It's on the YouTube channel. They've actually been like showing clips of the Peter Parker origin thing. I'll link you later.
Fair enough.
But what would be your superpowers?
I mean, we already agreed on what to do. The problem is that a lot of superpowers I associate as cool because of the people with it. I mean, like Claws, Wolverine, but at the end of the day, wow, you have a healing factor. Okay, it's cool, but if I still would be myself and I just would have a healing factor, I'm not entirely sure if and what I would do with it. I mean, I'm already driving like a madman on my bicycle, so I'm already risking my health on a constant level. I mean, having the claws also nice, but then you are limited to close to very bloody and gory. Once we remove the child friendliness, bloody and gory close quarter combat. So I'm also not sure if I really want to be Wolverine. Then the entire charging stuff and throwing it Gambit style. I'm not even sure if it really is a cool power. Gambit made it cool because he did it with, his cards. I mean, at the end of the day, he could do it with everything, but he used cards. So teleportation, also an interesting idea. Especially Nightcrawler, one of my favorite X-Men. Especially back then, and what was this 90s cartoon show X-Men, which was brilliantly animated. Holy crap. I loved it. New X-Men, original X-Men, true X-Men. I don't know.
I would say, to me, if I had to pick a power set for you, I think you would either have a power set similar to Beast Boy from Teen Titans, like shape-shifting. Or I feel like you would actually be one of those kind of superheroes that aren't like the spandex superheroes, but kind of like who's the character from the Justice League that Rorschach is based off of? I remember
the Question.
I imagine you would be something, at least look-wise, like the Question, but with like manipulation powers. Like you're very good at manipulating people to do what you want.
But actually, the Question is a normie. It's a normal person who just does super stuff.
Well, no, I'm saying look-wise.
Okay.
You would look like I'm saying like you wouldn't look like the multicolored other Justice League people.
Probably. Maybe a little bit of color. I mean, the Star-Lord... My jacket. No, I wear this today. just because it's too warm, actually.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like, I imagine you would have some kind of mind manipulation.
That sounds about right.
You're already very persuasive in real life and a good bullshit artist, so exemplifying that into some kind of superpower you would actually be more equipped to be a villain.
Probably. But I probably would be a classical anti-hero, like neutral chaotic. I'm not really bad because being a bad guy causes you too much trouble. But then again, I would also not play by the rules, and I'm not a goody two-shoes. So, I mean, without superpowers, I already place me as lawful neutral. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart, but I'm also not evil, but I still play by the rules because it's the most convenient way. But with superpowers, I probably would just switch over to the other end of the spectrum and be like, well, chaotic neutral, suckers!
But yeah, I think we've gone on about this question.
So probably one from somebody else to do.
Yes, Enigma, we love your questions, but we gotta ask someone. Someone else needs to ask something.
How and when did the Key and ANY ship start? We came up with this very early, didn't we?
Yeah, because I remember I was saying that one thing I really wanted as a comedy thing for Key is to... Originally, it was supposed to be like a stalker crush, like the nostalgia chick to Todd in the Shadows.
Yeah, it was... The primary idea was actually a Tumblr blog, wasn't it? Which never started. With you being an actual waitress in the Rift Cafe and me being a guest?
Yeah, that's how... That's also how it started, but I mean, video-wise. It started because I wanted something like that, and then it kind of just grew.
I guess
it kind of just grew, and it grew to where like,
well,
because originally ANY was just supposed to be completely stupid for the entire thing and not even know her name, and now obviously that's not the case anymore. There's actual development, which I didn't expect, but yeah, it was something very early on. I mean, when I say any key's been around longer than Golden Key, that's the truth.
I mean, but I believe our first combined on-screen appearance was actually completely platonic. Wasn't it the Pathfinder Pony Finder advertisement with Silver Quill?
Yeah, it was just us playing Pony Finder.
Yes, and the Griffin thingy, and basically like...
running away.
Throwing arrows at Silver Quill.
Yes.
Or shooting arrows at him.
The first like shippy thing was the Allegretza. The first shippy thing was Allegretza.
Yeah, basically where you literally drop in from the ceiling like, I heard shipping and my favorite YouTuber. And
so that was that.
And the waitress Philly actually never happened. We always refer to you being a waitress, but the comic never happened. I mean, there have been rough sketches, but we never published them, did we?
Yeah, no, I never published them because I got too busy.
So the background story never happened, but we just ran with it anyways.
I still call her waitress Philly because in the fictional world, I do think that she probably... I mean, even in Hybrid and Horse, which I have been working on the comic pages. No, here's the thing. Little tangent. I'm working on the pages because I want to get... I'm just deciding I'd rather take a lot of time, get the full chapter done, and then I can just release them on an actual schedule, then release one, and then wait a long time. But yeah, so the point being, I basically have in the actual keyframe fictional character, not Pony Sona. She does work in Ponyville as a waitress, so her getting called Waitress Philly makes sense in that case, which I took from the joke of the Rift Cafe.
But then again, the canon background for the Pony Sona was her entering the entire Burnalysis as a waitress in the Rift Cafe, but eventually getting the gallery
And then she never went back.
Yeah,
so
and now...
but Anne Wine just still calls her Waitress Philly because it's kind of a pet name at that point.
Indeed.
But yeah, it's been around for a long time, and it's grown up. I actually did a poll once about which ship is actually more popular, and I feel kind of bad about the result.
Any key
won, but then I had a third option of any golden key, and that one actually got second place. So there's still hope. I think people like both, and they just don't want to choose. But yeah, there's your answer right there. So oh, I just looked at one from Enigma Prince. It's the one I'm highlighting right here. Screw you, Enigma.
The weep of you. To the musical weep of you two. What musicals would you be okay with either being trapped in forever or sing their songs non-stop? This is already her real life. Hamilton.
No, that would be a sad musical for me to live in.
Yeah, but you did so for months on end.
Well, here's the thing. I at least cycle through I listen to more than one musical at a time. I'm listening to like 5 different ones. Plus, I listen to classic musicals too. Honestly, if I had to be stuck in a musical forever, I would actually pick The Producers. Because The Producers has one of my favorite soundtracks. And I could be in a world, specifically the reboot of The Producers that had Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Because I would like to be with Ferris Bueller and Timon as they are going about trying to scam a bunch of old ladies out of their money and go to Rio. But so yeah, I would actually pick The Producers, or yeah, The Producers. I wouldn't pick because a lot of my favorite musicals that are more recent, they're all depressing. They all have death, murder, attempted suicide. It's like.
It's true.
I want something happy.
It's true. The worst that happened in The Producers was a broken leg, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Break a leg. I broke my leg.
But yeah, to be fair to the chat people, because we actually got a question in the chat during the Q&A by Death Alchemist. Scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you guys to go to BronyCon and meet people? Well, the meeting the people is basically the main reason for me to go there, because I'm not into panels, I'm not into merch, at least not panels where I'm not in front of it. So I will be with a lot of infrontments. I mean, I will probably be the TF2 panel. We will all be there, all of us.
Oh, we're all going to be there, and it's going to be one of the examples where your Friend Center, because we basically decided that the international people get to sit up on the table because it's maybe the one time that you guys get to for TF2. Zach was like, "Oh, I can't sit at the table." It's like, "No, Zach, you've sat at this table every single time. Let someone else have a turn."
We should actually try to, as good as possible, recreate the post from the group shot. Which would be funny. I mean, the question is how we get who is actually hovering above. Inkrose is hovering in one corner, and I believe it's Zach in the other one, isn't it? So
no, it's Sweetie Bloom and Inkrose, because they're the two Pegasi.
True, it's Sweetie Bloom, the other one. Yeah, those. I mean, they can basically stand on tables to simulate the hovering. The part which I think is especially funny about it, because Dr. Wolf is in the front row because he's so tiny, so the real Dr. Wolf has been like cowering in front.
And he's sitting in that actual pose too, so he just has to like just see this 6'6" tall person just sitting on the ground.
Let's go. There it is. There is the complete group shot. Whoop. There's a full group shot. No, go there.
At least Blissey would be at least appropriate height.
Yeah.
No, the worst part is I'm going to be, at least if we take the picture correctly, this shouldn't be an issue, but I'll be all the way in the back. I'm not as tall as my horse, so I may be covered up by people. He's still actually tall. I'm not. But,
this would be fun to actually recreate this.
Yeah, that would actually be fun. But yeah, I'm excited for BronyCon because, like ANY, I'm not a huge panel person. Besides the panels that besides lip sync battles and round table and the TF2 panel, I don't really. The only other panel that I want to go to is not a panel; it's karaoke because I love karaoke.
Isn't Zach's edgy stand-up comedy kind of supposed to be good? I heard good things about it.
It's okay, but also it's at 1 a.m. on Saturday, and I kind of am. It's right after lip sync battles, and I don't know if I'll have the energy in me. But besides that, besides those panels, I'm not a huge panel person. I go to meet people, and there's going to be so many people, and this is kind of like a bucket list thing because I don't think I'll go next year. My whole thing with cons is that I pick one con out of the con season. That's my fun one, where I'm not selling, where I'm not playing a character like I do for Babs Con. Like, a lot of people were asking, are you vending at BronyCon? And I'm like, no, this is my one time going there. I'm not spending it behind a table. And so I am excited for it. And then after which I get to go to New York and see my family that I have not seen in, like, my New York family, I have not seen most of them in about 3 years, which I'm excited for. And Golden is coming with me, so he's going to meet them for the first time. Out of anyone in my family I want them to meet for the first time, I want him to meet the New York ones because they're somewhat sane. And New York is a bucket list thing for him, and so is BronyCon. So yeah, I'm excited for that because I'm not going.
Keystroke Cascade, ANY versus Keyframe doesn't need to happen at karaoke. Toon Critic pinned us against each other for lip sync battle, so we are already going at each other.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I'm excited for BronyCon.
Yeah. But 1 to 10?
Probably a 9 because there's going to be so many people that I've never met before going.
But yeah, since you mentioned bucket list, I still have this thing, which is not necessarily a bucket list because it are more short-term and mid-term goals and not get it done before you die goals. But down here at the bottom, right next to Willy Wonka, going to BronyCon before either my interest completely or the fandom falls apart is on my list. So this is one thing.
I do know something though of the fun con that I picked for next year, because I know that I'm going to have to save up money to go do it, is Euroference, because that's a bucket list one for me.
Well, then again, Euroference is a more timeless thingy, so I guess it will stay. There is no hurry, so we could still wait what the theme is, because this year was Egypt. Nothing against Egypt, but it's not a theme that speaks to me. Last year, back to the 80s, on the other hand, damn!
I mean, yeah, but it's also an excuse for me to visit Berlin again, which I want to do, so...
But yeah, my expectation for BronyCon. I mean, I really don't mean to always come back and be mean to Nightmare Nights, but I still want to just bring up. Even so, the convention in and of itself was disappointing. I had a fantastic time over there, and this time there are even more people. Then again, it could end up being too overwhelming, that the con itself becomes too demanding, and at the end of the day, you don't have time to do the fun stuff with your friends. So, but let's stay carefully optimistic and say, hey, let's be like, it will be a fantastic time. You will not just be overwhelmed by thousands of people and panels and whatnot, and...
I mean, honestly, that's why I'm glad that the hotel that we have is the one across the street and not the one that's connected to the convention center.
Thanks for telling the people.
Well, they can't get into our room, but...
hopefully.
I mean, we had that fear at Nightmare Nights, so...
yes, so...
but no, like...
Oh, that's also a thing. Bigger con means more crazy, creepy people and stalkers, so...
Well, my point being, it's away, but it's not too far away. So it's like if I need a breather, that it's not going to be. It's not a bad thing. And like that's why I'm kind of glad that we didn't get one at the Marriott.
But excitement-wise, I guess given to put a number on it, because I'm always a more cautious and lower expectations person, I would say out of 10 my excitement is around banana. So
I think that was an answer to leave people off on.
Yeah, what do you mean? Why? What was wrong with it?
I don't know, dear. It was kind of awkward.